Hey everybody, this is going to be your really quick but thorough Rollga rolling stretch video. So we're going to be using the Panda. You can use whatever Rollga that you have. You can also purchase one, this same one, the Panda, and this is one of my favorites because it's the lighter one, the lower density. There is different ones that you can get. I like this one if I'm going to be rolling out for a while or different areas that are more tender. So if you are new to foam rolling, I would suggest getting this one or the Pearl. If you've been doing it for a while and you're not feeling much of a difference with the lighter density, then you can go up to the gray or blue. And then if that is still kind of easy, you can go up to there's an orange, and there is pink, and then the black is going to be the hardest. So you can kind of like vary on which one works for you or have more than you need, because you can always use the Rollga densities on different body parts. So that is how these work and why there's so many different colors. Now they have also different it looks different than a regular foam roller, and there's a reason, because this is going to hit your muscles, the fascia around your bones, so you don't hit your bones, your spine, your shins, you know, when you're actually doing some of your moves. There's different contours, okay, so when they're going to hit in different areas. So contour 1 is going to be right here in the middle. This is where you usually would put your spine if you're going to be doing your back, your upper back area. This is going to be contour 2. This one is contour 3, contour 4. So when I explain maybe some of the moves, I might be putting those contours in the explanation. So just be aware that this is number 1, this is number 2, number 3, number 4. If you need more description and more background on the Rollga, just go on YouTube and check out more of these awesome videos, because there's plenty of videos for Rollga. Just look up Rollga, and there's going to be a ton of different videos that will come up. So anyways, what I'm going to do today is basically put you through a little tiny stretching routine that I do usually before bed or after a workout. First is going to do a calf stretch. Now this one I usually will do basically with both legs. Sometimes you can do it with one or the other, because it all depends. But always make sure you're rolling out both sides. Even if one is more tender than the other, just make sure you're doing both sides. Okay, so you're going to position yourself, have your hands right below your shoulders, and you're just going to roll out. Go right into contour 3, okay? So you're going right into the contour 3. You can always go in the middle too for a shearing exercise as well. So you're going to roll in, roll all the way out. So when you do this one, if this one feels difficult, you're just going to do one at a time. So you can have your one leg down and then all the way in. So you're just going to be putting as much pressure as you need or want to on the Rollga. Okay, just make sure you're doing the same thing. If you're only doing one side, go to the other side and do both sides equally. Even if one feels, if you feel like there's a little knot in there, you just sit on it, just like that, okay? And then you just kind of go back and forth, trying to get it moving around. Okay. Now, we're going to go into the next body part, which will be your hamstrings, okay? So same thing, you're still going to hold yourself up. Again, you can do this as well with just one leg. But you'll go, for the first one, you can just go here if you feel like that's okay. Kind of move your feet around, kind of go in with your toes, out with your feet, getting different angles. And then you can also just do one leg at a time. Same thing, make sure that you're kind of using your foot as your guide, and you can kind of move around into the Rollga, getting different areas of your hamstrings. Again, make sure you're doing both sides. And moving your foot around in different areas. One side might be a little bit more tender, so you can kind of go around that and just move it. So again, 4 counts. Make sure you're breathing as well. 4 counts in, 4 counts back out, okay? All right, now we're gonna go into, actually, this is another great one. I think some of you may have the band, and if you don't, they are selling these. These are very cheap on the Rollga store. They're actually pretty reasonable. What I usually do is I'm gonna take the band, and I'm just gonna stretch it out. So the basically the two body parts that we just stretched out are calves and hamstrings. This is a great one, so you're just gonna be pulling. So this helps you get a deeper stretch after the roll, and you just stretch it out. Pull your toe in towards you, pulling the band as much as you can, but more comfortable. You're not pushing it. And you can get a really good deep stretch in that hamstring, even the back of the knee. It feels awesome. So this is a band that you can get also on the storefront at rollga.com. And if you already have it, awesome. You can just grab it and get a really good stretch in that hamstring and calf. That's perfect. Pulling that toe towards you. Okay. All right, so the next one we're gonna go into is glutes. We're already sitting in that position. So what I want you to do is you're just gonna sit here. You're gonna sit, kind of rock it a little bit, kind of going back and forth. Our next one we're gonna do is a low back exercise. So you want to make sure that we're not rolling this way on your low back. We're going to do it vertical. It looks weird, but it really works, that low back area. So what you want to do is get that contour number 4 right in your low back, wherever you feel that that's most comfortable. And what you're going to do is you're just going to, stretch out your legs here. You can either keep it here if you feel good. It kind of elongates that area. It kind of stretches out your psoas and your hip flexors. And then you're going to pull those legs in, and you're just going to rock back and forth. Just rocking your hips back and forth. Keep your feet planted on the floor on this one. And you're just rocking side to side. This one should feel really, really good around your vertebrae. Getting the muscles around it. This one's really good for at night after you've had a long day, either standing or sitting, and you're using that low back all day. Sometimes it's compressed if you're sitting all day, so really getting this to elongate that muscle and also just relax it from the day that you've had. So again, when you are coming up or taking this one off, you're gonna just get yourself placed. If you're gonna put it in, you're going to get yourself into a bridge, then bring it in and adjust it that way, okay? So that's how you're gonna put it in. Same thing, you're gonna take it out to get it out. And what you wanna do is make sure that you're rolling to your side as you come up, okay? Not coming up straight up. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is place this right at our low back area, but we're not doing the low back. It's going to roll all the way up to your upper back. So we're using this horizontal now, but we're doing it for our low or our back of the shoulders and all that back there. So what I want you to do is place your hands either on your hand or your head or onto your shoulders here, and we're just going to bring it all the way down up to our neck area. Make sure that contour number 1 is in between your vertebrae. This is another one, make sure your hair is out of the way so you don't get it caught like I do. I'm gonna have you come all the way up and then all the way down. And you're just gonna go to mid-back, all the way up to your neck area. What you can do also is have your hands either behind the head, you're gonna get different stretches that way. It'll hit your back in different ways. Moving your shoulder blades out of the way is basically what that does. Okay, you can have yourself up in that bridge position, just pulling in and out. Your feet will kind of gauge you, and it will guide you back up and down. Okay, so then another one is bringing your hands out. This will hit your back in a little bit different ways as well. Coming all the way out into that fly position, and then all the way straight up above your head, and then back down. Okay, and then next one is going to be your neck area. So basically, I'm going to move my hair so you can see it. You're going to, I like the actual contour number 3. So that one's right on the outside, and it kind of gets in deeper with me. For the other one, you can use number 1 as well. So you can either use the smaller contour or the big one. I like the big one, so I use that one. What you can do also is you can rotate your head side to side. So you're going to stay here in this position for 4 counts, breathing in and out. And then you're going to go to the other side as well. Okay, and then once you feel good and you feel comfortable, you're going to roll back around onto your side and then come back up. What we're going to do now is going to work on our IT bands. So the IT bands, usually a lot of people that are runners have issues with this one. It's not necessary to do for every single time, but if you feel the need, like if you have knee pain or any kind of pain that you're feeling around your knee, if it feels tight, it could be your quads or it could be your IT band. So we're gonna just hit the IT band just to see where you're at. You can either use contour 3 or contour 2 or 1, sorry. So contour 3 here or number 1. Whichever feels better. One of them is going to be a little bit more tender. If you feel like you have some slight issues with your IT band, maybe number 1 would be better than number 3. So what we'll do is you're going to place your foot over. So the leg that's on top is going to be over as your guide, and your leg that is straight below needs to stay straight when you do this one because that's the leg you're working on. You're going to have your hands down here into a side plank position, and you're going to just guide yourself up with your hands and this leg. So you're going to go back and forth. Again, this one's 4 counts, back up. I'm kind of going a little bit faster, but I'm trying to get a video that's not super duper long either. And you can do this at any time you want. You can just take your list of exercises, and once you get used to the moves and you have the moves in the right form, you can do this whenever you want, at night or before workout or after, depending on what you feel. Okay, so that is that side. Okay, so that is a great one. I love that one. Feels good. Sometimes you'll have more tension in there, just if you are runners and such. So this is going to feel really, really good once you get that all rolled out. And again, you might have issues on maybe a little knot in there. You just want to hold it a little bit. I have a knot right here. You just hold it and then breathe it out and in. And what you're going to do is just kind of roll it back and forth, because what you want to do is just break up that fascia. Okay, and smooth it out, hydrate it, and get it moving again. It's gonna feel great once you are all stretched out, it just feels amazing. Your body feels back to normal and you can recover quicker. You can go and do your workouts the next day and not feel super, super sore. So it's really important to use this tool. Okay, so next one we're gonna do is going to be our inner thigh. Now this one always looks funny, but it does its job, okay? So this is your adductors. We're gonna get into this side plank position, this plank position here, side plank, side, it is kind of that. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of have your hands, this arm, elbow down, you're gonna have your knee up at a 90-degree angle, your leg will be at a 90 or parallel to the floor, and you're just gonna roll it out and then roll it back in. So you can go here and then out. Depends on how far you want to go. Sometimes if you want, you can go a little bit further out, like here, and then back in. And then come down, straight down, or back in. And really get into that position with your hip adductors, or your hip adductors, your adductors. So going back down, and then back in. Okay, so that is going to be your adductor stretch. We'll do both sides because that's how we do it. Both sides need to be done at the same time. Okay, so again, this one placing, having your leg straight out, so it should be straight parallel to the floor, and you want it bent right at the hip adductor starting here, and you're just going to be rolling all the way out. And then rolling it back up. So rolling it out, you can go this way if you want to do it that way, or coming all the way out and then back in. Okay, so it's almost like you're in that plank position as you are rolled out, and then you come back in, rolling it back in. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is going to do our shins. So this is if you have, most people actually deal with shins if you are a runner. So you know, some people need a little bit more attention with them, and this is a great exercise for shins. I never had issues with my shins, but once I started rolling on it, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels just amazing. It feels so good. And that's what's great about this foam roller, is because this is the only one that you can use on your shins without it hurting. So this is, you're going to be using your Contour 3 right on the outsides here, and place your body right onto the Contour 3 with your shins, and you're just rolling it into your hands and then rolling it out into almost like a plank position. Okay, so rolling it in, tucking it in, and then back on out. Again, 4 counts forward, and then make sure you're getting your breathing, and then 4 counts back. 4 counts in, 4 counts back. Okay, so that is an excellent one to do if you have shin splints. This is wonderful. Or if you have any issues with your shins, not even if you even have issues, because it feels super, super good, even if you don't have any issues with it. Okay, so the next one we're gonna do is gonna be our forearms. So if you have done a heavy back circuit, or if you are feeling it right in your forearms from working, typing, writing, if you are a dental hygienist, using your arms and your forearms all day long, you feel like they're pretty tight. What you want to do is you're just going to have yourself in this position here. You're going to start here with your wrist right on Contour 3, and you're just going to roll them out. Roll them back in. Roll them out. You can even do this as you're sitting in a chair, and you can do it that way too. And then also you want to rotate your arms and your forearms, your wrists, going in and out, in and out. This feels really, really good, especially if you've just done a workout too. It's great. Pull-ups or lat pull-downs, anything that you're using your back with is awesome. This is great. Bicep curls and that sort of thing. Okay, so now we're going to go into our lat stretch with the roller. This will be the last exercise, and this is a great one. Just like we did the forearms, we used our back and that sort of thing, and our biceps. This one's also going to hit our lats. So this is going to be where we are using our back. So what you're going to do is place yourself right by your armpit area with your, you're kind of just laying on it on the side area. Your hand is going to be out to the side. What you're going to do is have this leg bent. This one's going to be straight. You're going to kind of lift yourself up. So it's kind of one you have to use a little bit of strength with. And then you're just going to kind of pull yourself up and then all the way down. So here and up. And you're just going to go right, just around, along your lats, okay? Your lats are right on the sides of your back, okay? That's your muscles right there. Okay, so make sure you're doing both sides. This one's pretty tender. So if you've done a workout with your back, you're going to feel it. Okay, so same thing, place it right in the contour number 3. Your hand is out. Make sure this leg is bent, the one that on the outside. So the same leg that's straight here is going to be straight leg. This one right here, the same side here, is going to be bent, this knee. So what you're going to do is you're going to place this either on the floor, your hand, or on the roller. I sometimes like to keep it on the roller just to keep myself more balanced, but it's up to you on how you feel. So what you want to do is you're just going to go all the way down just until your rib, the end of your rib cage, and feel it out. If it feels like it's too uncomfortable, then don't go as far. Just go as far as you feel, okay? So you want to just make sure you're getting the muscle that you are supposed to be hitting on this. So it's the lats, right on the outside of your back. So you're going to go here, and then in. You're just rolling it up, and then down. I feel like this one could be a little bit more awkward for some, so just beware, it's going to feel awkward. Don't get too frustrated if you feel like it's too frustrating. You can bend this knee a little bit. It almost feels a little bit easier when you do it that way, and then back up. Okay, so that one's a great one, especially for your back. It feels amazing. So that one does feel a little bit more awkward. Some of these do feel awkward, but you are going to feel like once you do it more often, it's not going to be as awkward. So just like any exercise that I put you through, same concept. It might feel weird, but once you do it a few times, it's like super easy. So, and it's totally normal. You're just starting out. So the Rollga, this is a great tool for recovery. After your workout, before bed to relax is a huge one. I do this one right before I go to sleep, and it just calms my mind. I make sure I'm doing my deep breathing, while I'm doing it too, so it relaxes my whole entire body. Plus it gets into my muscles a little bit deeper, so huge thing. So if you have the band, you can also do the band stretch with the hamstring. If you do not, that's okay too. If you need any of these tools, they are at www.rollga.com.